And we're back. What's up, boy?
What's up?
So, welcome back to the Juggcast. Gentlemen, Juggcast is what it's called.
Gentle Jug.
Gentle Jug is what we're going to start. No, we're not doing that. So, Gentlemen, Juggcast. I don't know what episode this is. I'm not going to keep track of them in my head.
I know that it's in season 1, the only season.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty sure based off of the last podcast, it was figured out what we'd probably talk about this week.
Yes.
What we're going to talk about?
Justice
League. Yeah, Justice League. Yeah, spit it out. You can say it.
Justice League. Did it do the Justice League justice?
Well, I mean, it's a league that serves up some justice. That's what they do. They serve it up.
So we're here to see if the Justice League is better than the Justice League.
Yeah, that's what they want to call it. You know, at least that's what I would want to call it. I can't stand the Justice League. You know, but whatever. But before we get into that, what are we talking about?
We're talking about wrestling.
Okay, what specifically about wrestling?
World wrestling.
No, Raw and SmackDown. Okay, so what happened on Raw this last week?
Well, Alexa Bliss challenged Randy Orton to end their fight.
I mean, I'm glad that that's what's happening. I cannot stand this anymore. It's just goofy to me at this point. But I mean, like, wrestling is supposed to be goofy to a fault. You know, some goofy shit should happen.
Come on, man!
It's been going on for too long.
No more not another evil Randy Orton again.
He's like, I don't know. I've had enough of that. I'm really done with that whole entire thing.
And then I think they showed Randy throwing up some more black goo.
Good for him. You know, it's healthy. It builds character.
Yeah.
You know, but other than that, though, I mean, like, you know, I'm still digging the whole Bobby Lashley being champion thing.
I don't know if it's gonna last though, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, like, after Drew and Sheamus get through their freaking match and such, then we'll be able to go on forward with I'm assuming that Sheamus is gonna lose.
Yeah.
So with Sheamus losing, then he's probably going to end up freaking what's the word?
Maybe they'll make
go ahead and get into fighting Bobby Lashley.
Maybe they'll make it a triple threat match with Bobby, Sheamus, and Drew.
I don't know, man, because it's like looking like in that direction. Regardless, with the other side, with the blue brand, with Edge and Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns.
Yep.
So, but I mean, I don't know. It's fine. You know, really would like to have still seen Miz with that championship belt though, for a while longer.
He only got to be it for like a week.
2 weeks, I think.
Oh, I guess 2 weeks.
Probably, I think it's 2 weeks. Whatever. I'm way past caring about this.
That's 1 week longer than the Fiend's Universal title reign.
Yeah, I know, right? Literally 1 week longer. I don't get how you can sit there and have a freaking pay-per-view and then like a follow-up a week later with another pay-per-view. I don't get that. You know, that's what they did for the Fiend. He got his title reign. You know, he comes out wearing the freaking Universal Championship belt, not the Fiend belt, so you know it's going to change hands. You know, so it's like, all right, you know, that's what it is. But that's getting too far into the past. We have to look in the future.
Back to the future.
Yeah, and our future is saying that, you know, I'm done with Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton. And, you know, I want to see what's going on with, Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
I like to see that. Oh, and plus, you know, also the New Day is championship now. Is champions now. So, you know, the Hurt Business no longer has all the gold.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, which, frees up the Usos to have all the gold so that the bloodline,
Yeah.
is going to be able to do. Look, you said the bloodline one day, and I hadn't even seen the show, so I didn't even know if they called it, but they have not said it since. So are they the bloodline?
No, now they're the chairs, and then Roman's the table.
The chairs.
You should call the Usos the chairs, and then Roman's the table.
Yeah, and then what is Paul Heyman like? The dish, the
plate,
the plate.
Because he's carrying all the food.
I set the table. I would like to see Paul Heyman get on the mic some more, though. I mean, look, Roman Reigns is doing real good. I like how he is on the mic. I like how he is when he's in his matches. He's really coming into his own in such a way where I'm like, I need Roman Reigns to freaking walk into WrestleMania champ and walk out of WrestleMania champ, because I don't know how much longer Edge is going to be there to even capitalize on being a champ.
Yeah.
I
think Roman needs to stay champion for a while.
Yeah, I think they said he's been champion for like 200 something days, which is fine.
Make it as long as Brock Lesnar's reign, 500.
Whatever the fuck was. Brock Lesnar was, like, to me, I never liked him as a champion, but that's mostly because he wasn't around. They all of a sudden elevate the United States or IC champion or whatever champion he happens to be, like the secondary championship on the show. He's holding that one. And they always make the same freaking excuse. Where's Brock Lesnar? He's not here. He's freaking at home doing something, not making money and being a champion and so on and so forth. And it's like, yeah, I know. I want to see the fucking champion on the channel too, on the show as well. But what can I do? But other than that, though, you can tell we're kind of chomping at the bit to stop talking about wrestling and start talking about
world wrestling.
Yeah, and start talking about the Justice League.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll just go ahead and get into that right now. What did you think about the Justice League?
I mean, it served up some justice.
Okay. I mean, look, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
I have to say something else because I always say good every single time. So I'm going to say it did them justice.
Okay.
Which also means it was good.
Okay, and what, next movie we watch X-Men or something like that, or Spider-Man or whatever? Oh, how was the movie? Oh, it was Spider-Man.
It was very Spider-Man-like.
It was very Spider-Man. I don't know. My thoughts, I hated this movie. And I hated this movie because this was the movie that I was expecting to see in theaters.
Not Justice League.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the 2017 Justice League movie.
Justice League.
And it really bothered me. I just couldn't stand seeing that movie. It just feeling like there was more to this movie than there actually was, with things not happening and, parts of the story that would come in and then would like no longer be a focus later on. You're like, what in the fuck? How did you cut this movie? And then you find out that there's like 4 hours of footage for a movie. And you're like, well, where the fuck was that?
Well, now it's here.
Yeah, it's here. And you're like, okay, this
is the
movie. Why wasn't this a thing? And I can see in this movie was probably supposed to be a 2-part movie.
Yeah.
And I say I hate it because I love this movie. I thought it was great. I thought, that even though it's still Zack Snyder's vision is what they keep calling it, it seemed more like he still has some more in the tank as far as a Justice League or his Snyderverse or whatever people want to call it.
I guess the Snyderverse.
Yeah. But what did you think? What are your ideas?
Well, I mean, when you watch this movie, it's almost completely different from the other one. Because, all those scenes from the Justice League,
mm-hmm.
they have, what's the word? Like, different context.
Yeah.
And they also lead to different things. And there's, so much missing. But here, you get it all. So, like, I mean, most of the questions are answered, or I guess all of them, really.
Yeah, and I feel that too. I really do. I feel that they really helped explain a lot of things.
Also, they fleshed out a bunch of characters like Cyborg.
Yeah, I mean, like this, you can really see the injustice that Joss Whedon was doing to, I think his name is Ray Fisher, who played Cyborg. I don't know. Maybe Ray Fisher opened his mouth or said something crazy, and Joss Whedon was like, well, you know what? We're gonna cut your role back. You're still a member of the Justice League, but you know what?
He's like,
but we're cutting you down. And this movie really freaking shows,
that Cyborg's actually a pretty good character.
Well, in this movie, I would have much rather had seen, like John Stewart Green Lantern, or
I guess that's the only character who's missing from the Justice League. Just Green Lantern.
Yeah, but like there's other or Martian Manhunter earlier in the movie, which side note, fuck the fact that they put Martian Manhunter in this movie. They could have left him out. I would have been fine. There was no reason for me to put him in there because he was completely and utterly useless in this fucking movie.
He just sees all the stuff that's happening, like in the final battle for Justice League. He's like, I'm just gonna sit this one out.
Just a character who's like pretty fucking strong. Turns invisible, can fly, shapeshift, all that stuff. He's a cool character, and when the battle's going down, he just is not there.
Maybe there was too much fire for him.
And then you find out that he was like General, whatever the fuck his name is,
General from Man of Steel.
It starts with an S. I can't remember his name, but it's like he was there during Man of Steel. So now it brings up context to like the rest of this other stuff that happened. Okay, so when Superman was fighting Zod, where was he? When freaking Suicide Squad was fucking fighting, what's her name? Enchantress. Where was he?
When BVS was going down with Doomsday.
Where was he?
During Justice League.
Yeah, where was he? He was nowhere. So to me, fuck that. He could have just came to Earth and just freaking like at the end or something like that, and been like, hey, I saw you from Mars. I'm gonna fucking be here to help out. But now it's like he's just a general. I've been called many names, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. You sat there and fucking went through the army as a Martian and sat there and freaking went up the ranks, to finally become general over the years. And then, now you're sitting here fucking being like, oh, I could have been a Martian, or I could have been a hero at any point in time and done anything else. But it's like, no, I decided to sit here and live in as a human for like the last, I don't know how old the character is. He looks like he's like 60. So maybe 60 years. Well, I don't know. We'll give him 40 years because you got started in the military around 18.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. It just bugs the hell out of me that he, like, this entire time, Superman is there freaking just struggling.
Superman got killed, and he's like, I'm just going to let that happen.
Yeah. Whoops. I should have jumped in sooner.
He's like, whoops. You know what? I'm doing something about it now.
Yeah, I just fuck that. I hated that shit. That shit irritated the fuck out of the balls out of me.
He's like, it's okay, Batman. I'm here now.
Yeah, I'm here now. Yeah, at the end. And like, where the fuck were you earlier? He should have sat there and yelled at him like he did in the Justice League when he was talking to Wonder Woman. Like, where the fuck were you for like 100 years? I never heard of you until like last year. You didn't do shit all fucking the entire fucking time. Well, I've been out here fucking grinding, fighting the Joker and Penguin and so on. And so, at least those are two that we know, Joker and Penguin, that he fought in the Snyder verse. He could have said that to Martian Manhunter in the movie. Where the fuck were you at?
He's like, listen, man.
You don't know what it's like out there, man. I've seen war on your planet and mine.
I've seen fire.
What's wrong with fire? It's my weakness. Well, it's everybody's weakness, asshole. It's fucking fire.
I was like, it's my weakness too.
I know, it's my weakness.
And I was in the Batmobile driving through all of it.
Yeah.
I was driving through fire. Where were you?
Sitting there looking at it like a jackass from space. Oh, I should probably get in there. Fuck you, Martian Manhunter. Fuck you in the face.
It's like, maybe I should go in there. I don't know. I think Superman died, but I don't need to step in quite yet.
I don't know. That irritated the hell out of me. I cannot believe people were like, oh my gosh, that's cool and everything. I'm like, nah, fuck that shit. This dude where was he at? He could have been helping out. Superman probably wouldn't have died had he been there.
Yeah, he saw Doomsday. He's like, Superman's got it.
Yeah, I could, what other dashing rogue could sit there and fucking fly with a kryptonite spear and shoot it right into Doomsday's heart? And then when he sits there and freaking stabs me in the heart, I can just freaking go invisible and it won't even hurt me. Superman's alive. I'm over here. Doomsday's dead. It's all gravy, right?
Yeah, I can even help with the Justice League.
I can even help with the Justice League. It just, what the fuck?
But he's like, look, I know you guys got a problem, but I want to be Martha.
Yeah.
I want to know what it feels like to be the mother who broke up Batman and Superman's fight.
Fuck that part right there. I didn't like that part. I was upset, if you can't tell. If it hasn't been clear how pissed off I was about that. When I saw him, I know people were sitting there like, oh, look at that. I was like, man, fuck you, dude. Immediately, I was like, fuck you.
You said that when we were watching as soon as Martha changed.
Like, fuck you. So,
well, I guess hopefully if this continues, he can actually do something instead of just standing there and like, I want to be Martha.
Yeah, fuck all that, man. It's just dumb shit, And look, I'm happy to see more black actors play other superhero characters. That's great. I'm cool with that. More black actors, more Asian actors. Hell, we got a freaking new, or I don't know if it's a new Adam. It's the same. They haven't made it a different Adam. I mean, what's the Adam's name? Ray Palmer?
Yeah, and then Ryan Choi.
Yeah, Ryan Choi would be the other one. They showed him. I'm like,
he was doing stuff.
You could have showed Ray Palmer first. I mean, it's not like Ryan Choi invented it. Like, Ray Palmer did it first. Let him do it first. Why couldn't that? I mean, I don't know.
I guess in the Snyderverse, he just hates Ray Palmer.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be the Asian representation, which is cool and it's fine and everything like that. But we'll never get that Adam movie. It'll just be Ryan Choi, director of Star Labs. Yeah. That's it. That's all you get. He'll never get to be in the suit. He'll never get to freaking fight any of his villains. It's just, he's just there.
Never get to see him fight Ant-Man.
Yeah. They lost the battle of the big screen small men.
Yeah.
But then Marvel lost the battle of the big screen or the small screen small men. So, but whatever, so this movie here, it's got, our fan favorite Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he's the best Superman, even though I like Tom Welling, and I will die on that hill that Tom Welling's been doing it longer and more consistent, or had been doing it longer and more consistent.
I like Tom Welling as well.
Yeah.
Did it for 10 years.
Yeah. Consistently.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk about that.
No.
But, Henry Cavill, for me, that dude, in my opinion, just looks like Superman.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, that's what Superman looks like. He looks like Superman. And he should be able to play Superman more because he wants to put in the work to sit there and stay buff and fucking be Superman and fucking do Superman things. This dude wants to still be Superman.
He's like, that's just not, no.
Yeah. And Superman, he why give me a Harley Quinn movie and not a Man of Steel movie? Who the fuck is making decisions at Warner Brothers?
Harley Quinn has more screen time than Superman.
Yeah. I don't understand that. where's the Batman singular movie? You know, with Ben Affleck as Batman. I mean, I know he wanted to make it, and then shit didn't go down the way he wanted to. It ended up becoming, you know, Matt Reeves's The Batman.
The Batman.
Which, you know, like I said, I've probably said before, I'm excited to see it. I want to see that shit.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it to come out. I think it comes out next year. You know, but
Vengeance Man.
Vengeance Man. Who are you? Vengeance. All right, Mr. Vengeance. Can you please stop hitting him in the face?
What would his symbol be? A giant V?
I don't give a shit. It looks like an awesome movie. Apparently, they finished principal photography on it already. So we'll see it soon enough. Maybe we'll get a better trailer. I don't know.
This time he's going to say, I'm actually Batman.
That'll probably be like a end of movie thing. So Gal Gadot's playing Wonder Woman. In this movie, fantastic as Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Not the 1984 piece of shit Wonder Woman movie. She actually fucking feels like an Amazon. She actually, you know, doing shit. She's actually hurting people.
She killed a guy.
Yeah.
In front of children.
Yeah.
She said, don't worry about it. You can be just like me.
Yeah. You can kill people in front of children too when you grow up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm setting a good example. I'm a role model. She comes out and she's very visceral and she's awesome. And I'm like, yes, I like this Wonder Woman. This is the one Wonder Woman I wanted to see. You know, she's fantastic. She's great. And Gal Gadot plays her expertly here. Whereas in the 1984 Wonder Woman movie,
we don't talk about that movie.
We're gonna, but we're not talking about it right now.
I don't know if I want
to. Oh, you're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna freaking tie you to a chair. And every time you look away from the screen, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
That's gonna be a hard watch.
Yeah, it is. Look, I'm forcing myself to watch it. Okay, it's torture.
I'm just gonna.
Like, what the fuck? So, Ben Affleck is playing Batman again in this movie, and look. I'm one of the people who sat there and thought that when he played Batman in Batman v Superman that he was great. I liked him in Batman v Superman. He's like one of the few things that was great in that movie, you know, of him being Batman. Like,
well, you know, besides the Martha, but
you know, everybody's allowed a mistake. Everybody's allowed to sit there and say something stupid in a movie.
Why did you say that name?
You know, it is what it is. Ezra Miller's playing the Flash here. And look, I mean, I'm fine with it. I think that there's people who are better suited to play the Flash.
Grant Gustin from CW.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no reason why they couldn't have done it, but I mean, it's done. Whatever's done is done is done. It's like whatever. You know, I'm okay with him being the Flash in this movie. I don't like how the Flash runs in this movie.
He kind of looks like he's like
he's like swim walking.
I don't know. It's like oh, I don't know. You can't see this, but it's like he's like running.
Yeah, for our audio listeners, which is all we have. You know,
it's like he's running, but every time he runs, it's like he's also swimming and tripping at the same time.
I don't like how it is.
It's like he's like trying to run, but then he trips, but he's also swimming at the same time.
He should probably take some running classes so he can learn how to run. Maybe he might maximize his speed and get his speed force faster. Yeah. That's probably what'll happen.
Or he could pop in to the Arrowverse and ask the Flash. He did it once.
Yeah.
He's like, be like, so how do I run, man? I'm having a hard time with that.
I'm having a hard time running. But, you know, I mean, at least he has control of all of his powers, though.
Yeah.
You know, so he's actually more useful than useless. You know, so there that is. Then you got Ray Fisher playing Cyborg. And like I said, you know, watching him play Cyborg in this movie, you can see what was going on.
You can see the real Cyborg. Whereas in the Justice League, it's just a robot. Here it's like, oh, okay, it's actually a human and a robot.
It's fuck-diculous. And I don't understand why, you know, they were just fucking, like, they shit all over him. And people agreed with letting them shit all over him to the point where he doesn't get to be in the movie that much. This dude has, like, basically his time in this movie is like a whole nother movie.
It's kind of like its own Cyborg movie.
Yeah, and they freaking did his origin story here, so they don't have to freaking do an origin story if they make a Cyborg movie, which they should, you know, because it was very well done here, you know. I mean, although this guy could have seriously played, you know, Green Lantern, John Stewart Green Lantern. Why not? And I would have rather had Green Lantern than Cyborg, in my opinion. Yeah. That's what I would have rather had happened. But whatever. What's done is done.
It's okay. Maybe somewhere down the line we'll get John Stewart in there. Then we'll have the Black Man Trinity.
They'll never have a Black Man Trinity. First of all, I don't want them to have a Black Man Trinity scene, like, you know, like in like what is it, Avengers Endgame, where like they had a section where all the women had to get together.
Spider-Man was in there.
He wasn't in there. He was looking at them as they got together.
Oh.
He was looking at them. I was like, oh wow. You know, I'm like, okay, fine. Look, yeah, they all have powers. It's amazing, everything. I don't want to see that kind of scene in the freaking Snyderverse. I don't want to see like a bunch of black guys just like, we'll take care of that. I don't want to see that shit. It's like, why can't every character stand on their own? I'm glad that we have representation in the movies. I'm glad that we can see black people in these movies and be superheroes, be cool and shit like that. But it's like, I don't want to be catered to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to be catered to at all. You know, just fucking show the damn movie. That's what I want to see. You know, we got Jason Momoa playing Aquaman.
The Aquaman,
the fish man. Yeah, you know, he talks to fish.
He also shouts out Batman's secret identity.
Yeah, that fucking bullshit. We'll get into that in a minute. I don't think he did anything different, in my opinion, that would have sat there and lessened my feelings on Aquaman in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, it's Aquaman.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know the character. You've seen the other movie, which this movie is supposed to be a precursor to, you know, so it's like, all right, well, it's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay with this.
Well, if you want more, just watch the movie. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I dug it. I liked it. I mean, he's more subdued here, not nearly as jokey, but I'm fine with him. And then you got I don't know how to say it. It's I think it's Ciaran Hinds. That's his name. You don't know, but that's his name. This is the guy who's the voice of Steppenwolf.
Is he the same guy in the Justice League?
That's the same guy. Steppenwolf here is a lot better.
Yeah, now I see what he's stepping in.
You've been waiting for a long time to say that joke. Yeah. I thought Steppenwolf in this movie was freaking fantastic. I thought that he was a much better, like so much fucking better.
Yeah. In Justice League, he was like the baby wolf. In this one, he's like the lone wolf.
I don't know. I mean, he still was working with a lot of parademons.
Yeah.
You know? So, but I dug the hell out of him, you know, in this movie.
He was actually a villain.
Yeah, and not a little bitch like he was in the last movie.
In the last movie, he keeps talking to the other box like, Mother, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here for you, Mother. I just want you to just get in the bed with me, Mother. You know, he was as hard for his mother as Batman was.
Yeah. And Superman.
Yeah. You know, but whatever. You know, it is what it is, and it's fine. I was a big fan of Steppenwolf this time around.
A lot better.
I would have loved to see more characters from New Genesis or Apocalypse, I mean.
I should have seen Highfather.
Well, I mean, I don't think they'll ever show Highfather unless they ever do a freaking like another Justice League movie.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do another. We'll never see Highfather.
Guess we'll never see Orion.
Yeah, or Orion, Granny Goodness.
We saw her.
No, we saw her, but like in the way that we want to see her.
Yeah.
You know, or Desaad. Well, we saw Desaad, but I want to see him fucking do. I want to see Furies. I want to see Mr. Miracle.
I want to see Big Barda.
Yeah, I want to see Big Barda. Her 8-foot tall ass or whatever, however fucking tall she is. That's what I want to see. I want to see that shit. And
Calabac.
Yeah, I want to see that motherfucker too. Hey, you guys, sorry to stop here in the middle of whatever fantastic point that I was about to make about whatever it is you're listening to, but I got to talk to you about this week's sponsor, Anchor FM. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Look, I've been doing this podcast for probably about a little while, and this app is actually very, very, very easy to use. It's been a lot of fun for me and Son to sit there and record. So why don't you get started with anchor.fm? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Now back to the podcast. Fucking stick?
Yeah, the weird monkey beard.
No. Like he has like his weapon is like a stick or a giant log or something like that.
What about Kanto, the guy with the guitar?
I want to see them all. And I think we only got to see Granny Goodness at the end, but I mean, hell, we're about to spoil the movie anyways, right? So if we haven't been doing that this whole time, we're about to spoil this.
Oh, now there's spoiler warning now.
Yeah, spoiler warning right now is when we're doing it, right? Halfway into the podcast, we're going to do a spoiler warning right now.
Yeah, and just the middle. Spoiler warning right now.
Yeah, so, like I said, I hated this movie because this is the movie I wanted. And I was pissed off that I didn't get it in 2017 when I was younger.
But now you love it.
Yeah, I love this movie. This movie is great.
Hey, it's so great. You don't have to say I'm spoiled by the cartoon.
Yeah. I mean, I can still be spoiled by the cartoon. There was a Justice League cartoon. I'm not, but like
this one isn't spoiled by the cartoon.
I don't think this movie people would have sat in theaters for 4 hours for this fucking movie. And this is the reason why I'm kind of pissed off about this movie, is because it's a 4-hour long movie. And the reason why it's 4 hours long is because you have so much to fucking explain that plenty of other movies in the series would have been able to do so that your runtime wouldn't be 4 fucking hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we had a second Superman movie or a first Batman movie, a first Cyborg movie, a first Flash movie.
More YouTube clips.
Yeah. Aquaman's movie would have come out earlier. This movie would not have had to explain all of that for 2 hours or something like that just to get this going. And that's one of the reasons why this movie is fucking 4 fucking hours.
The first 2 hours are mostly set up, and then like the last 2 are like, the end.
It really is mostly set up. It's mostly fucking set up. We got to talk about literally everything. So, whatever. Another thing is there is so much slow motion in this movie. Yeah. There's so much slow motion here in this movie. It's like, I can see why it's freaking 4 hours as well with that, because like there's it's like I don't know, like we have at least fucking 45 minutes of slow motion in this movie.
We're like sitting there in the first hour and there's like so much slow motion, like
yeah, fucking what the fuck with the slow motion,
and then stuff was like no,
yeah, no mother. No, mother, don't pull out the whip. But whatever. And the CGI in this movie, I think, is really good, much better than I could do.
Hey, at least there's no weird mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't recognize Superman's mouth being weird at all. Because they probably didn't have to add anything. because there are some reshoots. The nightmare scene, probably I'm pretty sure the second time Martian Manhunter shows up, those scenes are have been added on, but most of Superman stuff, I'm pretty sure all of it was when Henry Cavill freaking had no mustache.
Yeah.
So he had no problems freaking,
He didn't have the super mouth.
He didn't have to do that, so they didn't have to fuck with it, as far as I can tell. Maybe they did add some more scenes, but as far as I can tell, they probably just didn't. But it is what it is. Whatever. But the CGI, though, is just, I mostly see it when it comes to Cyborg. It looks a little not completely finished. And like when Wonder Woman fights, sometimes they have her in CGI. She looks way more buff than she actually is. Or maybe Gal Gadot is freaking busting her ass in the gym. Maybe I'm not working hard enough. She looks a lot bigger than me sometimes when she's doing her fighting. I'm like, she has fucking got some buff muscles. And then she'll be standing next to Ben Affleck or Henry Cavill, and you're like, she's looking real petite here. And then she goes to fight in Steppenwolf, and I'm like, you're a buff. What is going on here? Are you flexing while you're fighting? You're bigger than Jason Momoa, Aquaman. My man. So the movie starts with Superman dying.
And then screaming like Black Canary.
He's got his death scream.
He's like, ah!
Yeah, and it seems to carry across the world, I guess.
It's kind of like...
everybody feels it.
It's kind of like this thing, when, I don't know if Dragon Ball Z, a bridge where Vegeta did that scream.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Just like he could hear it through time and space and shit like that.
Yes. I mean, Darkseid must have heard it from Apocalypse.
I don't know. But whatever the case may be, him dying fucking signifies that the mother box gets to activate, which is, to me, is kind of bullshit because the mother box has been on Earth for 5,000 years, right?
Yeah.
But it waits until Superman dies before it decides to activate, is what the story is telling us. Yeah. And his death scream is like activation code for the mother box, right?
Even Aquaman heard it. He was underwater.
Yeah, he's like, oh, the fuck is that? Wait, was he? Yeah, he probably was.
And then they had the Amazonians hear it.
Yeah, everybody hears it. I'm like, oh, Superman died. It's like, look, Superman dying is cool. I meant it like that. Yeah, I meant it like that. Okay, Superman dying, the way it looked is cool. Okay, and the way that the freaking fucking his scream shockwaved across the world, it looked cool to me, and it's fine, But it's like the thing is that like Superman dying is what triggered the mother boxes to turn on. Makes no sense to me. I could have sworn that Cyborg has been Cyborg for at least, I don't know, what, an hour? Maybe. I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
Maybe Superman screamed, Martha!
Well, he clearly didn't. He just screamed, ow! Ah! That's pretty much what it was.
I don't know. Maybe it's some secret code for mother. I don't know.
It doesn't make a difference. He screamed and it went across the whole planet. So it's like, whatever.
So loud, he turned on the mother box.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess that scream triggers all the mother boxes to activate. It seems weird to me that be the reason when the mother boxes have been there for 5,000 years. But whatever.
Yeah, so, Superman should use that ability and be the new Black Canary.
Right? Clearly his scream reaches the whole planet, right?
Yeah, there's no use for Black Canary. He can scream across the whole planet. He's just used that.
Yeah, and that's 100% right. I guess he probably didn't know he could do that until he died, until he got stabbed in the chest.
Well, now that he's back, he's already wearing the black.
Well, later on in the movie he is, so he's just now Black Canary.
Yeah.
Super Black Canary.
Yeah.
So they show when the Amazons hear the scream, because apparently the Amazons are standing inside their little their vault type situation where they're holding their mother box, And when the freaking Scream triggers that mother box, they fucking come to action. I thought that was the coolest fucking reaction. Just watching them sit there and like they're standing there freaking just, waiting for shit to happen. Then it fucking happens and like, let's go. All at the same time. I was like, that's badass. I love the Amazons in this movie. They just come off as just fucking badass. And like you've seen 300. They remind me of the Spartans.
Like Kratos?
No, not like Kratos. No, like 300. Like I fucking said, the movie 300. You've seen 300. They remind me of those Spartans. Just a dude movie. And these Amazons remind me of that, where like they're like calm and cool and collected. Then when the shit needs to go down, they're like, "Ugh," and ready to fucking go. I'm like, yes, fucking do fucking battle. Yes, I'm down. Let's do it.
You're about to karate chop the table.
I was about to fucking karate chop the shit out of this table.
Yeah, but the portal opened and the wolf that does steppin' came through.
Yeah, the wolf that does step and shit he came in and he fucking did battle. He did fucking battle. He fucking whipped ass. He was killing fucking Amazons. He's fucking grabbing them by the fucking face, throwing them across the fucking window. I was like, this is fucking awesome. I love it.
He was using Stormbreaker.
Yeah, Stormbreaker. Oh, it took me a second. You fucking had to have me reach there. I'm like, what the fuck?
Because his axe has lightning on it.
It was awesome. I thought it was great, and I love seeing the whole entire fucking thing.
He was actually a threat.
Yeah, actually a fucking threat where like they had to freaking destroy their Amazon base just so they could kind of think they could get away from him.
And also get a slow motion scene in there.
Well, I mean, this movie is just filled with slow motion. I'd like said, it's probably 45 minutes of slow motion in this fucking movie.
Maybe more.
That's like an hour, almost an hour of runtime. So it's like whatever. But then like they show Batman going through the frozen tundra to get to Aquaman, which I'm like, I understand that they said that helicopters can't get to that area. I get that. Okay. But Batman should be able to get there.
Why doesn't he just use the Batboat? There was water. Batboat.
Submarine. Does he not own one? I don't know. I mean, they didn't show it, but I mean, it's like.
I mean, even if they couldn't, like, Batplane?
Anything. Literally fucking anything. I think Batman could have gotten there. Only just to get there in time to sit there and talk to Aquaman. And instead of like in the Justice League, they sit there and have some random fucking drawings on a wall that sit there and tell Batman about 3 mother boxes uniting. They just cut that out.
Just like, ugh.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, I'm just going to sit there and talk to the Fishman and we're going to sit there and fucking hash this shit out. And what does he do? He just starts calling him fucking Batman in front of the people.
He's like, you're out of your mind, Batman. I mean, what? Bruce Wayne. I mean, Batman.
Like, who? What the fuck, dude? I really don't like, I hate that. Superhero movies need to have characters who don't fucking share superhero identities in front of the common folk.
I mean, even later.
Even later. They all fucking do. They do it all the time. And I'm just like when Superman comes back, because he's going to come back.
They're like, Clark.
Like in front of police officers, in front of military personnel, and of course, the big thing that they couldn't figure out is how you're going to sit there and explain Clark Kent coming back to life all of a sudden.
Well, this is what they're going to say. She's not talking about Clark Kent. That's a different Clark.
Yeah, it was Clark Johnson, or whatever the fuck his last name would be. Clark meant.
Clark Kent's back to life. He's like, well, you see, I'm not actually Clark Kent. I'm Kent Clark.
Yeah, I'm his twin cousin. It's a plot hole that didn't need to fucking be a plot hole.
Well, if there's a plot hole, I mean, you could do what Star Wars do and make a movie called Man of Steel 2.
That's an idea, right?
But no.
Where he just sits there and fucking goes to every single person on the planet and kisses them and erases their mind.
Yeah.
Like he did in Man of Steel. Or not Man of Steel, I'm sorry. Superman 4.
Yeah.
A Quest for Peace. And just erase. I'm kissing Perry. I'm kissing everybody on Daily Bugle. Oh. I'm kissing everybody. Daily Planet. Daily Bugle. Fuck. Daily Planet. I'm kissing all of them. I'm erasing people's minds. That's what I'm doing.
Even going to kiss Lex Luthor.
you know. And then, of course, after Aquaman fucking leaves, all the women there start singing a song, I guess dedicated to him. And I'm just like,
then she picks up his jacket and starts sniffing his jacket.
Well, women do that, but it's like, Aquaman must have had sex with most of those women for them to all want to sit there and sing a song about him, right?
That or he's just the Aqua Jesus.
Yeah, Aqua Jesus. Just out there. And the songs, they just add, I'm done with the songs. Fuck these songs, seriously. Like, a lot of the songs here in the movie, like, look, he's trying to sit there and give like an emotion or something like that. But it's like, I'm not here for that. I don't need to see those songs. And some of these song scenes go on for too long.
They're like,
well, not just that one, but like then like Aquaman freaking saves the guy who's like in a storm.
He's like, help me.
Yeah, and he gets him and he takes him to a bar. And then when he's walking out of the bar for drinking his alcohol, his whiskey, another song is playing, and I'm like, okay.
And it's just like some angry guys like,
what the fuck are you talking about?
There's some angry guys singing.
What?
There was an angry guy singing when Aquaman threw his bottle in the water.
I don't remember that part at all.
Oh, well.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Like an angry guy singing. At least that's what I thought I saw. I don't know.
You probably have to watch it again. You got 4 hours to kill.
Yeah, but he walked out there and, he threw a bottle in the ocean.
And he threw it on the ground. I mean, it doesn't mean that the glass didn't get in the ocean, but he threw it on the ground.
It's not Aquaman's fault the bottle decided to roll into the ocean.
It probably broke, but it's not his fault that the glass went in there.
Yeah.
And
then he became, I guess he's doing the Aqua Bro, and then got consumed by the water.
I don't know. I got over that shit immediately. But then the Wonder Woman scene is up, and where Wonder Woman saves those kids.
Yep.
And there was more added to it. To me, where I'm like, why was this cut? There was more added to that scene, and I'm like, why did they cut this? She was awesome in that scene. Just fucking doing unnecessary shit, like freaking. She does the whole freaking like hitting her bracers together, which, I guess that's her trademark. Because it really wasn't in the comics, and it really wasn't in any TV show or anything like that.
But now it is.
But in the movies, that's really like all she does.
Yeah.
She's like spamming the X button.
And one guy just completely exploded. And then she's like, and then the girl's like, can I be like you? Can I kill people in front of children?
Yeah, you can. Yes. But they played the Wonder Woman theme, and I like that theme. Give me that fucking theme. And then they proceeded to sit there and play it literally every time she's on screen.
I mean,
just every time. Which, look, I'm fine the first couple times. But it's like every time. Okay, when Superman came back, you didn't play his theme every single time. Or Batman. Did he have one? He probably had one. I don't remember it. But
he didn't have one. He was just Batman.
Okay, well, still, it's fine. I'm not even upset about that they played it the entire time. It's fine.
It's better than 84 where it was.
I don't know. I don't care that she unnecessarily blew up the side of a building. I don't care that she sat there and freaking,
It's not her fault that guy stood there. He could have ran away.
He could have, but he didn't.
He could have outrun the explosion.
He could have, but he didn't.
Yeah, it's not her fault. He should have outrun the explosion.
Gonna blame him. It's his fault.
Yeah, it's his fault. Should have outrun the explosion, dude.
Yeah,
should have ran faster.
So whatever. It is what it is. So I'm thinking that seeing as how like Steppenwolf is like making his base, he's making his base in the abandoned city of Chernobyl, which is in Russia.
No Russian family this time.
Yeah, fuck the Russian family. We don't need to talk about them.
No bug spray for parents.
We don't need that bullshit. But I think that he was out in Chernobyl because they kept saying it's toxic. That's good, And I'm like, well, that was a big, huge disaster that still plagues the land where a nuclear reactor went off. I don't know if you know about Chernobyl, but that reactor was Chernobyl. It was the one nuclear reactor that I know of that actually blew and radiated the whole entire landscape for, I guess, centuries, maybe. So, seeing as how it's radiated, then I guess the only person who shouldn't be able to be there is Batman.
Well,
so.
He's Batman. Batman can just go anywhere.
Batman is radiation proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's Batman.
Because he's Batman.
Well, I mean, radiation shouldn't be that bad if he was able to outswim a nuclear bomb.
Yeah. It is what it is. It's fine. Whatever.
He's dealt with nuclear bombs before. Radiation's nothing.
Yeah. So the Amazons fire the Arrow of Artemis to warn of Darkseid, which Wonder Woman has to Tomb Raider herself into that freaking cave to figure out exactly what's going on.
And it's just funny how it all got cut.
Yeah. Why did it get cut? Whatever. It's just dumb.
Then they got that picture of Darkseid and we're like, oh.
Yeah, this guy. Oh shit,
It's Thanos.
And then of course, you get some more Steppenwolf backstory about why he's there and what he's doing. It's great. I like it. I'm glad that they put a lot of that.
You mean a villain has motivations?
Yeah, reasons for what's going on. Holy shit.
What did you do, Justice League?
They even freaking showed a backstory with Darkseid later on, which is awesome. They showed Zeus and the cool version of Ares, fighting Darkseid. And Darkseid is the one who sat there and freaking, almost killed. I'm sorry. Ares is the one who almost killed Darkseid. That was his axe that hit Darkseid in the freaking neck and had him bleeding out. So it's like, okay,
what happened?
Maybe because this is a huge battle, he has more power to sit there and take on Darkseid, because that's how Ares gets his abilities, is by when war happens, then he fucking gets stronger.
I guess that would explain it.
And the reason why freaking, Wonder Woman could beat him in her movie, because the war wasn't nearly as big.
Oh, I was going to say, his mustache was too big. It was weighing him down.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. Zeus is out there looking buff, like holy fucking shatter my ankles. That dude right there was looking buff.
He threw some lightning.
He threw lightning. He did everything. And Superman's it gets ragdolled by Zeus and the Injustice comic books and all other comic books anyways. Zeus beats the shit out of Superman all the time. So, and Superman's about as strong as Darkseid, so this shouldn't even been a battle. Darkseid should have been gotten his ass beat by Zeus by himself anyways. So
you see, in this battle, Darkseid has semi-plot armor.
Yeah, he's got to be able to come back. So,
otherwise we can't have a movie.
Yeah, right. I like seeing the Lantern Ring thing happen, where when we saw it before.
Maybe that becomes Hal Jordan's ring, maybe,
or Jon Stewart. I don't know. I don't want you to get the idea that I like Jon Stewart more, but if they had to have a black character to be on the team, I would have rather have been Jon Stewart.
Yeah. Does anyone like Guy Gardner?
There's somebody out there's like, Guy Gardner, man, all day. 7.5 billion people on this planet. Somebody's got to be a huge Guy Gardner fan. Has all of his memorabilia and everything.
Like I can understand Kyle Rayner.
Yeah, I can too.
Mike, but I don't know. Is there someone out there who likes Guy Gardner?
Somebody's got to be all about Guy Gardner. Somebody's got to be like fucking just on his dick all day. Then Flash comes in with his little story, and I got huge Resident Evil 2 remake vibes. The guy with the truck eating a hamburger while drops the hamburger, and he's like, and then he causes an accident. I just got huge Resident Evil 2 remake vibes. I'm like, that is what the fuck, dude?
Technically, Resident Evil would be giving us Justice League vibes because this movie should have came out back then.
Yeah, but we didn't see that scene though.
True.
We didn't see that scene, so that movie's copying the Resident Evil 2 remake because we didn't see that shit. If that would have came out in the movie, then we would have been like, oh, okay, Resident Evil 2 is copying them.
But I guess.
What is it with guys eating hamburgers while driving big machines?
I mean, I don't know.
And then he drops the hamburger and he's just trying to pick it up so he can, eat it? It fell on the fucking floor.
He's like, it's still good.
It's still good. 10-second rule. I don't know.
I wonder if every person who drives a truck does that.
Dude, they just drop burgers and then they pick them up, try to eat them again.
They're like, 10-second rule.
10 seconds. But then, like, you know, I'm not into the Flash sitting there freaking just watching this woman, you know, Iris crash her car into this truck and about to fly and be mangled with death in a second. And he's just sitting there just looking at her and groping at her and freaking just like, I'm going to freaking, you know, and plus he grabbed the hot dog.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, I'm like, what is he going to do with that hot dog? What is he going to do with that hot dog? you know, I'm just like, dude, you please don't do what I think you're going to do with the hot dog. Please don't do that shit. He didn't do it, just put it in his pocket like a freaking weirdo.
What's he going to do with it then?
Yeah.
Should have thrown it at Wolf Steppen.
Yeah, and then he fucking go like after the whole thing is done, he goes back inside. He's sitting there talking to the woman, like, you know, that he was trying to interview for a job. You know, sometimes I just keep fucking hot dogs and like cooked hot dogs in my pocket.
Yeah,
you know,
just feeding these dogs.
You know. So I start on Monday, right? With this. I know this is all weird. I have no shoes all of a sudden.
The window's broken.
You have a broken window.
My clothes are burnt.
Yeah, my clothes are all burnt up and everything.
Somehow I'm in this cage.
I pulled out a fucking random hot dog. You know.
You're gonna hire me, right?
You're gonna hire me. I start tomorrow. I start Monday. Monday is what it. Okay. Thank you.
But we don't know what happened.
We be looking for other. Okay, you know, you got some other phone calls. No big deal. I can wait.
It's all right. I can try what Ant-Man did. I can go to Baskin Robbins.
Yeah, go to Baskin Robbins. They hire me. Of course they figure out he's the Flash. Baskin Robbins figures out everybody.
They always figure
it out.
they weren't even fooled by Clark Kent's glasses.
Well, they weren't. That's why he doesn't work for Baskin Robbins. So I don't know. Whatever. More of the Cyborg story is up, and I like Vic Stone, but like I say, should have been Green Lantern, you know. But
John Stewart or Hal Jordan or Guy Gardner or Kyle Rayner.
Yeah, you know. But the Bruce Wayne and Flash scene when Bruce Wayne meets Flash, pretty much the same. You know, I don't know if there's any extra, but it's pretty much the same.
You're the Batman. I'm rich.
My superpower is I'm rich. You know, no other power has this except for Cyborg, who can actually. Cyborg could actually sit there and freaking make Bruce Wayne be broke, right?
Yeah, he could.
He could do that. He could have bought Clark Kent's house for him.
Well, you see, he didn't want to.
He didn't want to. You know,
he's like, well, he would have had to have known Superman's identity, though, right? Because
I'm pretty sure he would. There's no way he wouldn't.
Yeah, because he's a computer.
He can tell. Apparently, he's like, you know, a god tier character with computers, but whatever. So I don't know. Just like in the movie Justice League War, people are getting abducted, you know, for reasons that are different than that movie. And then later on, you see Queen Mira, played by Amber Heard, who I think is going to be replaced by Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones. I don't think you've seen that show, but Emilia Clarke is Daenerys Targaryen in that show, the mother of dragons, the breaker of chains, the unburnt, and probably the future Queen of the Sea. So that woman begins her fight with Steppenwolf in this scene, and she starts bloodbending. You don't know Avatar. I swear, Jalen, I swear.
Ooh, it's bloodbending.
So you need to watch Avatar or The Legend of Korra. I guess they do it a little bit better. I like Avatar more.
Is it the movie with like the blue people?
No, that is not it. I'm gonna hit you in the mouth. It is not what I'm talking about.
But it's called Avatar.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's the movie. Or that's the show, not the movie. No, don't watch the movie. Don't watch The Last Airbender. Fuck that shit. Watch the TV show Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's probably on Nickelodeon. Or I'm sorry, Netflix. Netflix.
That's right. It comes on every day like SpongeBob.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but blood is coming out of Steppenwolf's face.
He's like, ah!
He's like, shit. I don't think he was prepared for that. just like blood's come out of my face. What in the fuck? So I don't know. But then like stuff happens. Pretty much the same. And then fucking, Flash is fucking not Flash, I'm sorry, the current Justice League, which is just 4 members, are they're going up against Steppenwolf and one of the bases he has that's close by, Metropolis / Gotham Harbor.
The one.
Yeah.
This is the moment where it's like, I didn't think you were real. I'm real when it's useful.
I don't think he sounded like that at all.
I don't know what he sounded like.
What I wanted was the save one speech, because I thought that was good, which means that Joss Whedon was the one who sat there and fucking did it.
He did one thing, Justice in Justice League.
Yeah. It's fine. So, but whatever. In any case, we're going to have to go ahead and continue this podcast a little bit later.
In a part 2?
In a part 2. That's rare, right?
Yeah.
I mean, rare in the fact that we started doing this like 6 weeks ago, and here we are freaking making a part 2 like assholes. So check us out on part 2. It's going to probably start right now.
Season 1 needs a 2-parter.
Yeah.